at 6:32 p.m. If you would, please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Ben Stokes present. Here.
Shane Childers present.
Easton present.
Approved meeting minutes for 7/1, the regular meeting minutes.
I move to approve the regular meeting minutes for 7/1/2025.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Approved meeting minutes for 7/15, the special meeting minutes.
Move to approve the meeting minutes for 7/15/2025, special meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. To approve claims for August 2025.
I move to approve the claims for August 2025.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Approve the June 2025 bank reconciliation as presented.
Move to approve June 2025 bank reconciliation as presented.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Need to approve the July 2025 bank reconciliation as presented.
I move to approve the July 2025 bank reconciliation as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Public request to speak. Topics not related to an agenda item. Unfinished business. Ordinance 2025-08, ordinance amending the permit fee schedule and the UDO.
That is under new business. There is nothing under unfinished.
Correction. There is nothing under unfinished. We'll move on to new business. Ordinance 2025-08, ordinance for amending permit fee schedule and UDO.
I move to approve the ordinance. Do we have to say anything? Okay.
Go ahead and suspend.
The certification of recommendation from the planner is underneath that, so you can.
In accordance with IC 36-7-4-607, the Jamestown Planning Commission hereby certifies the recommendation to the Jamestown Town Council as described below. At their public hearing on July 24th, 2025, the Jamestown Planning Commission gave a favorable recommendation to change their fees and amend Chapter 8, Section E to B of the Unified Development Ordinance. The recommendation is to increase the various fees for new construction and clarify the permitting requirements for roofing repairs. The specific language is included in the prepared ordinance. no conditions were made to be part of the recommendation. Are any questions concerning ordinance number 2025-08?
Suspend the rules and consider on the first reading ordinance 2025-08, ordinance for amending permit fee schedule in UDO.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Say aye.
I didn't hear you. Okay.
Or move to suspend the rules. Approve. Oh, excuse me. I move to approve ordinance 2025-08, ordinance for amending permit fee schedule in UDO.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Ordinance 2025-09, amend the salary ordinance. The only amending to this is the fire department, chief. No? This is the percentages for where the pay's coming from.
You have a red copy or?
This is 25 ordinance, I understand.
This one's not.
This was to take some pressure on the sewer department and redistribute it between the other utilities.
Correct.
Yes.
So it's just a percentage.
Of salaries. From the wastewater utility to the electric and water utility, those percentages are divided up.
Are there any questions on ordinance 2025-09?
To suspend the rules and consider on the first reading ordinance 2025-09, and then the salary ordinance.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to approve ordinance 2025-09, amended salary ordinance.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ordinance 2025-10, establishing a police department forfeiture fund.
So I need you to state that you allow me to create the Fund 2502, the police forfeiture fund, and that it is to be used. Further, it is the intent where possible that said funds be used for training of members of the police department or marshal's office of the town of Jamestown.
Any questions on ordinance 2025-10? Suspend the rules. Motion to suspend the rules.
We suspend the rules. Adopt. Consider 2025-10, establishing a police department forfeiture fund.
I second.
The motion to suspend the rules and consider on the first reading, correct? Yep. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. I move to approve ordinance 2025-10, establishing a police department forfeiture fund.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And purchase policy.
First copy is the edited version, market version. So you can see in red what has been changed.
And that is adding the Jamestown Fire Chief as a department head. He is now a legal purchasing agent. Are there any questions concerning ordinance 2025-11?
I'll make a motion to suspend the rules and consider on the first reading ordinance 2025-11, the amended purchasing policy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to approve ordinance 2025-11, amended purchasing policy.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Did you aye?
Yes, I can.
Okay, move on to resolution 2025-11. The budget reduction. Lori, do you want to explain?
So I would like to reduce the budget, the QCAT development budget, that is what we buy police cars with, for the 2025 budget, and reduce it by $70,831, and that way I can appropriate it for the 2026 budget. Local road and street, I would like to reduce the amount of the 2025 budget by $15,000. And that way I can budget it for the 2026 budget. And MVH restricted, I would like to reduce that amount by, for the 2025 budget by $19,711. And then I can appropriate it for the 2026 budget.
Any questions?
What does that do the rest of this year?
Well, Aaron's not gonna buy a car this year. He's gonna wait until next year, so it doesn't do anything with the CCD. I've left enough in local road and street to get the, anything that we have to, if anything comes up or something, little potholes or whatever. And, we still have MVH, I haven't reduced that. And MVH restricted, we don't use that. We're gonna appropriate it next year for the CCMG grant, Community Crossings Development Grant. So for paving. But if I don't, reduce it this year, for this year, I won't be able to use it for next year.
Reduction. 2025-11.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's all amounts that are currently in here. Correct? Each amount is approved.
Yes. Yes.
Resolution 2025-12, additional appropriation, MVH.
So the additional appropriation for NVH is for the International Drive Extension Study. You guys approved the contract for $25,400. And that wasn't budgeted for this year, so I have to do an additional appropriation for that. $25,400.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2025-12, the additional appropriation to the MVH.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's for the full amount of $25,400.
Okay.
No. No, so we didn't get quotes for everything, but we do have I've included in this packet every, project scope that we have. So you can see what the project scope was, and you can see what the quotes were. So I received one, for the concrete, I received two quotes. No, one. I swear, I received one quote for the concrete. And it's in your packet.
And that is the rock solid concrete.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we need to consider the concrete quotes for the Standard 20 makeover grant.
Now, how we're gonna do this is I've asked him if I could, just like I did on our building, if I could use all the remaining funds that we have from the IEDC or Indy Chamber to pay for, all these quotes up front or the whole amount, instead of just paying a portion of each one. And that's gonna be up to you guys whether you wanna do that. And I also have a contract with Michelle that I would like the council to allow either Cookie or Shane to sign at some point, once I have all the numbers together and approval from the Indy Chamber or IEDC to go ahead and spend all that money up front instead of putting, $1,000 to this project, $1,000 to this project. And that way, and the concrete or the contract with Michelle states that she will finish the project by December 31st, 2025, and that she will allow me to have what I need, invoices and get pictures and stuff to close out the grant. At the, before the end. So what I would like is, if they permit it, I would like the council to allow either Cookie or Shane to sign the contracts. Because I don't know what they'll be yet, how much we'll be allowed to pay from the grant money, or, how much the owner has to pay, or if they'll let us pay the whole amount. So that will have to be drawn up later in the contract between Michelle, Stanford, and Michelle Stanford and the town of Jamestown, saying that she will complete the project.
that obligates her to complete the projects the town to get reimbursed from the grant. Outlay on different parts of the project, so around, it sounds like, is that accurate?
Yeah, I have to get approval to do that first. I've got approval for a park.
Yeah.
Pay it, you know, first money up front. And then get rid of that money, that's out there.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd like to do with this one as well, if they'll allow me, but I haven't heard of you guys yet. So I don't have those numbers exactly.
I'll entertain a motion to have Cookie sign.
To allow Cookie to sign
Vendor contracts
the vendor contract.
and the contract between the town of Jamestown and the,
Yeah.
what is that, Holdings, SS Holdings and Shell Sanford and Steve Davis.
SMS Property Holdings.
Okay.
And I Cookie to sign so that
You'll be reviewing all that, right, Patrick?
Absolutely.
I drafted the contract.
Yep.
Yeah. Are they gonna accept quotes tonight or? Okay. Then-
Yeah, we gotta move forward.
Then we gotta move forward on that. Okay.
I'll second to have Cookie sign. All in favor? Aye. Aye.
Okay,
Consider the concrete quote. They had one concrete quote. It's a slab, prep and floor, 5 inches thick and 8 by 9. And 4 to spec standards. And that total is 3,500.
That's the only one you got.
That's within their
That's-
budget.
that's the only one.
Well,
Like I said, I will not know the final numbers until if they approve it or not, we could be paying this whole quote. You know, if not, I will have to contract with the vendor state that we will pay so much out if they don't.
So do
Just
we
like I
need
did
to-
all the ones.
So do we need to approve the 3,500?
I would approve it
Up to 30.
I would approve it up
Yeah.
to $3,500 and then it can be adjusted down if part of that's gonna be paid by the property owner, part of it's gonna be paid by the town.
I was hoping she'd come tonight, but it's not.
I move to approve rock solid concrete for the pad for Stanford in the amount of up to $3,500.
I just second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, consider awning quotes for the Standiford project.
Okay, I have. You have a quote from Hawkins Flooring and Tile.
Yep.
Is that the next one? Throw that one out.
Throw this one out?
Yes, and. That's.
Oh, no, we like the other one better.
And these, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, and these are broken down into each category because it was just like three different quotes or whatever, but you broke them down.
Flooring, are you talking awning or flooring?
Awning.
Awning,
Okay, so Hawkins did a bid for,
yes.
okay, I thought you were done with it. Okay,
Yep,
just make sure.
He's done-
Thank
He's
you.
done about 5 or 6 of them.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Nick's the only one for the awning,
Yes,
the only one I'm seeing.
yes. I like the small one bigger.
I also have to, just be transparent, I also have to get the IEDC to approve any of these that just have one quote. I also have to get them to approve me to do it with one quote. But I have all my ducks in a row, so.
And we have multiple emails of where we have sent out
Exactly.
54
I-
quotes.
Twice. Yeah, so I have no problem with the offer.
Patrick, any problems?
If they do, I mean, then there's no $8,400 contract, so if it's,
Right.
yeah.
So this will be approved, the $8,400 for Hawkins and the awning upon approval from IEDC.
Yeah, I would say up to $8,400 subject to approval. Okay.
I move to approve the awning quote from Hawkins Flooring and Title for the amount of up to $8,400 on approval of the IEDC.
I will second.
All in favor?
I didn't say aye.
Okay, consider flooring quotes.
Okay, now we do have two flooring quotes. Is that the next one?
Byright? Yes.
Yes.
All right.
So since Nick is here, can we ask him questions? That on Hawkins?
There are two to approve.
And if we ask him questions?
Yeah.
Yes, Hawkins and Byright provided a, quote for that as well. Now, what I didn't understand is if you look at, the request for quotes, the flooring is supposed to be provided by it says in there, the flooring will be provided by the owner.
But Byright is purchasing flooring.
So that's what I'm not,
I don't have purchasing. Now, I just went off of what was specified.
And that's why I want to know if he could answer questions.
Could you say that again, Nick?
I said I don't have purchase of flooring in this, I just have self-leveling of the existing concrete, removing the old adhesive and installation of owner supplied materials.
Thank you.
Looked at the slab. It's gonna take, a good amount of prep work, so, I don't know what they have figured, but. Well, we would be close to that with the other, but like I said, I just went with what was on the project scope, is what my bid is for.
I have a question. Are you, supplying the, pressure sensitive glue?
Well, it's waterproof flooring, so I'm assuming it's a click together and not glued down.
Okay.
He is correct. These quotes are not apples to apples. These quotes, Nick's quote is not apples to apples to this quote.
It's
Because this guy is supplying a pressure sensitive glue, he is supplying the product. Cove base.
Byron's putting down tile, so next I get some impression it's
Well, so what she put in her existing floor, it's called LVP, luxury vinyl plank. Or waterproof plank.
which is a click together in their entry. With no adhesive.
And then my right's LVT, which is waterproof tile, right?
luxury vinyl tile, but I wouldn't put a whole lot into that because being from the flooring world, LVT, LVP, it's all the same category. I don't always say I'm going to put in plank, I just say I'm going to put in tile. So technically, Nick, on yours, on the very first page of your quote, you have wrote down wall flooring demo drywall replacement.
So that's a separate one.
So that's totally separate.
Yeah, there's one in there that says flooring installed.
So the flooring installed.
Yeah.
So I think it's a no
And it
brainer.
says as specified, which is on here, there's prep and install.
So Hawkins has completed his proposal as specified in the quote invite. His quote's 3,900. By-Right's quote is 9,549.
But it includes all the
But
other
that's with the demo.
stuff that they're not asking for.
Well,
Yeah.
even if you take, and just use round numbers, if you take $9,500 and take 1,700 off for the flooring and 300 off for the glue,
Right.
you're at 2,000. Nick is, that would put them at 7,500. And Nick's at 4,000, so it's $3,500 difference.
And that first paper that Lori said to throw away, that one included my demo of the existing flooring and everything. And I think that was like a 58 or something.
5965.
Yeah.
So that would have been everything except for material. That would have been demo, the whole flooring and everything, but it wasn't as per requested on the project scope, so I redone them all.
I entertain a motion for Nick.
It's the lowest qual offers.
Yes.
I move to approve Hawkins flooring and tile for the amount of up to $3,900 for the flooring install.
I couldn't hear you.
I'll make a motion to approve Hawkins flooring and tile for the amount of up to $3,900 for the flooring install upon final approval from Titan ABC.
Yeah, second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consider landscaping quotes for Standiford.
I did not receive anything. So, you only have.
Could we get one next month, or is this it?
Well,
Because we do have a young man in town that is doing landscaping, and maybe he can give us a quote.
we can't anytime. But I'm just gonna say, we're not gonna be, I'm trying to, like, pay money, we're gonna have to pay right up front in this thing, so. We can pick them, but she has to pay.
Well, I will reach out to the young man to see if he wants to turn one in.
Okay, that's fine, I can, just let me know and I'll have it on the agenda for next one.
Okay, consider lighting quotes
We did have one,
from Monster.
yes. Like I said, all your, requests for quotes are in this packet, so see what was asked for, what was, you know.
This is your price.
It's only one.
Right, yeah, no, it's just there.
Yeah, they have to run a home run off the. And they have to set the photo cell to control it.
So that's not too bad, is it adequate then?
Probably
Probably.
close.
You're the only guy batting. It ain't too bad.
I move to approve Monster Electric in the amount of up to $1,645.01 for the lighting. Upon final approval of IEC.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, consider painting quotes for the Standiford project.
We only received one painting quote.
Is this the same fellow that painted our building the last time?
Yes, it is.
Painted through. Painted
Oh, I
ours,
thought that's what he said.
ours in here and their.
We received one quote.
Mhm. One quote.
It to be $5,350.
Move to approve Electro Painting in the amount of up to $5,350. Upon final approval from the IEDC.
I will second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, consider wall and flooring demo, drywall replacement for the Standiford makeover 180 grand.
Okay, that was, we had one. Hawkins, yes. So the first page,
And he was the only one.
that was the only one.
That amount is 4,800.
Move to approve Hawkins Flooring and tile, in the amount of $4,800 for wall flooring demo drywall replacement on final approval of the IEDC.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Consider window quotes for the Standiford 180,
Received one quote for that as well.
and that is the Hawkins quote,
Yes.
3,000.
Move to approve Hawkins Flooring and tile, why do I keep saying tile?
Probably the same reason I keep saying concrete.
I move to approve Hawkins Flooring and tile in the amount of up to $3,000 for window replacement upon final approval from IEDC.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. So Lori, I have a question. So I am out of consideration, but I still have a quote and I still have a project.
What is it?
So Nick still has a quote for second floor plumbing. Plumbing, second floor and finish as specified. And if you go to very last page on our packet.
Yes. Yes, you're correct.
So we need to approve that, award that one as well, correct?
Yes, so I want you to.
You see that, Ben, Cookie? Yes, that's the request. And then on Nick's, it'd be his last page as well. So the second floor plumbing, there was only one quote. And that was 7,200. For the second floor. Plumbing.
Okay, so I was confused about that as well.
Is there an upstairs facility?
No. No, it's like a step up.
It's just an elevated, like it has an 8-inch platform because the sewage and everything right now is above grade. So now they're wanting to cut the get rid of the step up, cut the concrete, and put the sewage line into the concrete, so it's all one elevation.
So we're just considering on the second floor.
And just because that's how.
Well, the only reason I called it that is because in his description type of project, that's what it's listed as. And he followed directions and wrote the same
It was sent to me like that.
thing.
Because I was like, you
So-
told me they don't have a second floor?
So it'd be like if this was the house level and you step up onto this floor and they ran all their plumbing up here. Now they're wanting to tear that out, plumbing through the concrete.
That's what I'll name it.
I don't have an issue with it. Okay. We'll make a motion to approve Hawkins flooring and tile for plumbing of the second floor in the amount of up to $7,200. On final approval from the IEDC.
All in favor? Aye.
So the only thing I didn't complete was the landscaping.
Nick, can you give us a quote on that?
That's it, right? Landscaping.
Thank you. I mean, I guess we'll have to go up and ask her what,
It's 24 inches from the white picket fence, black paper, river rock, and buried together. I mean, I looked at it when I was up, I almost put one on it, but I just didn't, so I can get something to you next couple of days.
well, I seen him at Lowe's today and he was chomping to get to work, so.
Yeah,
He did a good job that he goes,
yeah. Well, I'll talk to him, we'll get something turned in.
Do you have HVAC quote?
And what?
HVAC.
Those were already approved,
That's
guys.
No, we do.
Uh,
Yes, we did.
I was just making sure, I thought so.
I have one HVAC quote. I don't have it in there.
I don't have no more quotes.
Okay, let me go. Doing so well.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I think they gotta put HVAC in that second building, so they have temperature control of both of them.
What did she decide to do that? What did she decide to do?
Business wise,
Yeah.
I don't know. Last I heard, coffee and donuts, or cookie and donuts is the last I heard. Don't quote me on that, because I do not know. Patrick, while we're waiting on her, do you have anything?
I've got nothing to report, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you've got any for me.
Aaron?
Because I said, that's what
Michelle was hoping for a request from first respond, or a quote from first responders, but I did not receive it. This is it.
So we received one quote for HVAC.
Yeah, and here's what I'm not sure about, you have one option and two options. Option one and option two. Well, you approve it up to the highest amount, and let her choose.
Okay, so if you look at the services, I don't know the addresses up there, but option one is 53 West Main. Option two is 52 West Main. I don't know if it is a typo or an address.
I think
It would be across the street.
53 is the building that we're bidding on right now.
Which looks like the difference in the
53,
bids are one's for a 15-watt heat package and the other one's for a 10-watt heat package. Other than that, it looks like everything's the same hardware.
Mini split, is that what it
It must be,
Looks like it.
that's the only difference I see is the heat package.
So you're better go a little over than this.
It's a 2.5 ton, 15 SEER heat pump.
The higher wattage package is actually cheaper than the lower. One's a 15 kilowatt heat package and the more expensive one's a 10 kilowatt heat package.
The 10 kilowatt is 9,700 and the 15 is 9,000. Rounding numbers.
Is it the refrigerant? Or no?
Oh, you know what? I wonder if that could be, is that.
R410A refrigerant, no zone depleting, R454B refrigerant.
Yep,
There
that's
she
it.
is.
That's the difference, is the newer refrigerant, because there's more safety.
Well,
That's
and it's still a 10 kilowatt heat package on that second unit.
She's here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I saw last night in the email, the meetings tonight, and I have not received any of the requests for quotes back, so I wasn't sure what we had to go on. You know, on who's quoted and who hasn't.
We approved a barrel stack of them.
Today,
Just nine?
so people did return them.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I had
think
no
no
copies.
lacking one is the landscaping.
Okay, yeah, I didn't have any copies, so I had no idea, I apologize.
They're all, well, I didn't know, I didn't do them all.
So we only received one quote for your HVAC,
Okay,
and they have given two options.
You want to see it?
I would love to see whatever we got back. I thought that we had another HVAC.
Cheryl, the address, is it 53, right?
It is
Yeah.
53.
So 52 must just be a.
Typo.
I think so too. So it's 53.
It's 53 and the other building's 49.
Do we have, like, we keep referring back to the one from November. I didn't have a copy of that one either. Do we know what it was at November? Because something about, did you check to see if they were honoring the same price?
No,
This
they're
is
not.
not-
The refrigerant has went up.
Okay, so
Or they changed the rules for the refrigerant.
They did. The refrigerant now is actually flammable, so there's more safety systems that have to be put into the furnace, which causes it to go higher in price.
Okay. I don't remember what the November quote was.
If you approve it up to the 9690, you can pick whatever ones you want upon approval.
Did you receive anything, any other quotes?
I haven't received any emails. You know, I had somebody send out a reminder to all the people on our spreadsheet that you'll be getting something from the clerk. Please review and respond immediately, within a week. We sent out 52 emails.
Yes.
One that was from McKenna Harrison did it for me. I hired her to do it. Those all went out. I didn't get personally any responses back except from Brandon for the concrete patio, Brandon, Lake.
And you forwarded that to me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only one that I personally received back.
On all mine, it just said respond to Lori Easton at the town building.
Okay, and that's fine. Some people last time copied me on all of them. Remember when they responded to you guys, they copied me. And so I was able to see what was coming in and what we were choosing from, and I hadn't seen that yet, so, yeah. We're good. So when you say two options, option one on this, is that the duct work? It's not a,
Mini split.
mini split, right?
I haven't seen the quote.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, Michelle.
Okay. Oh, look, it's a heat pump.
It's a 2.5 ton heat pump.
Okay.
Approve it up to the 9690.
I'll make a motion to approve Warren Mechanical in the amount of up to $9,690 upon final approval from the IEPC on the HVAC equipment.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I bet you're saying.
We only got one quote on that, Michelle.
Well, and our first responders was also putting in one. They had asked to be added to the list. I didn't know where we stood on that.
You sent me an email. I told you that I sent that to him.
Okay, but we didn't get anything back then? Okay.
Are we done with this standard for 180 project? Aside from landscaping? Okay. What
Can we
treasurer?
just go like this on the landscaping and say it's not needed, or do we have to do something?
We have everything that's on your list
Has to, okay.
has to be done.
That's what I thought. It's been a while. I couldn't remember how to do
It's
that.
just like that.
Yeah. So John McIntyre, Dirty Hands, none of them responded?
No,
Okay.
I was gonna reach out to a young man tomorrow.
Do
And
they
see
have to be like licensed or something, I'm assuming?
if he could put something together.
well,
Read the license.
let me just say, they do have to be enrolled in E-Verify, and they do have to,
Certain trades like electrical, plumbing and stuff,
Yeah.
has to be certified. with
Right.
the-
What if they just build it through?
No,
But outside plumbing, you don't have to be certified plumber, though, so you just have to be insured, so.
I mean, I had like on Hawkins, I had them on several different things. I think 2 or 3 things I asked Nick, because they have a variety of things that they do.
I turned in 5 of them,
Okay, thank you.
That's good.
yeah, maybe 6.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the clerk treasurer.
so next, week, I will be attending the ILMC annual conference from the 10th to the 14th. And, My next thing was about this, all the Andrew Chamber stuff, and asking the council to allow one of the council members to sign all the documents that need to be signed after this is all figured out. And hopefully I've submitted my last submission to get my state design release on the new park building. Andrews Construction has staked out the foundation. Just very good. That's all.
Good, thank you.
Oh, and I'd like to thank Kevin, I think, is for that piece giver. For that knee scooter. Oh. And now I can go to the conference because I can rent that.
Okay, one of you two, I don't care which one it is. Utilities, Josh?
As of Friday, all the old street lights were disconnected and the new street lights were hooked up. As of Monday, we had all the street lights from Darlington East down. The only thing that is left is one steel pole right there in front of, used to be Pennington's apartments. But while they've been working on the sidewalks, Williams Tool and Die employees have been parked in front of it, so I'm waiting for them to be able to move back before that one, and then there's a wood pole down there at Miss Silver's house. So that is the last of those to be taken down. We'll start putting up the banners on the new poles here soon. The housing addition has started. They've started clearing off their edge of the property there to where utilities are going. Been working with them on alternative submittals, so that we've got our, what we say is our spec. So there are other companies that are similar too, so we're working back and forth between it to what we'll accept and what we don't. Sewer plant Reynolds will be here at the end of the month to start the sewer plant upgrade, and there will be at some point another update meeting this month that has not been scheduled. 23475 utilities relocation, we are waiting on the approval from the state because when the estimates were given, there was an 8% increase over what was originally estimated over a year ago now when the bids came in, so we're waiting on them to do that. Met with Jeff Purdy last Thursday over the road easement proposal with him, the route of it. Talked to Jeff late today. They are okay with it, so the next steps is to get it surveyed, get a legal description of it, and then start negotiations. Because we got to get approved or appraised, and then start negotiations on that. At the special meeting, I was asked to check in on ADA plans. I have contacted HWC and Lockmuir. I have a meeting with HWC next Tuesday to go over with their person what it takes, what we can do to help keep costs down, things like that. So other than that, I have nothing else.
Thank you.
Yep.
Aaron?
Good evening. July, saw 24 traffic stops with 6 tickets issued, 17 written warnings, 1 vehicle impounded. We had 6 runs assisting other law enforcement agencies, 3 runs assisting fire EMS. Had 5 case reports, 2 for possession, 1 for drug while suspended, 1 for harassment, 1 categorized as other. We had 1 domestic fight, 4 civil disturbances, 5 suspicious activities, 2 investigations, 2 welfare checks, 5 extra patrols, 26 police services. 1 juvenile problem, 1 dog problem. 25 local ordinance services with 5 citations issued. I think we had 2 abatements done by the town. It's 7 warnings issued. And this number's not gonna make a lot of sense in context, but I'll explain in a moment. 39 inspection follow-ups. Not every one of these I count as call for service, because that would be sort of abnormal. And close estimate on our ordinances would be 12.5. That's total 110 calls for service per month. I did want to add, while not categorized as an arrest or warrant served, BCSO and me did knock down a house over Nature Park Commons. Search warrant, a couple people went to jail for possession. We had some ongoing issues there. You know, small police activity, that's what that was about. It seems to be remedied for now. Car 2 is back from the body shop after the crash from the pursuit. Right now, it's just waiting for parts from the outfitter for the brush guard. Henry County prosecutor, victim assistance did reach out to me, and we need to submit our bills from that extravaganza to them so that they can apply judgment to whatever sentencing order they get as a result of the conclusion of the criminal offense. The Jamestown market, I'll only bring this up just to put it on the council's radar. I need to do some more research, but building inspector made me aware yesterday that there was an issue down there potentially involving an unsecured door. I went down there, it was in fact not secured, and the building had been forcibly burglarized by animals, probably the same ones that had burglarized it repeatedly. No telling when, I would guess in the last 60 days. The building, I cleared the building with the sheriff's office. The building is in horrific condition. There are numerous, you can tell there's numerous leaks in the roof. It needs to be fixed. I don't know how we go about getting that process started. I know nothing about it. Obviously, defer to others who do know more about that. My fear is the town's going to be on the hook from a liability standpoint. Because it's being accessed, because we have no representative that is claiming ownership, because we have no way to properly secure it. If some kid gets in there and gets hurt, while I don't think we would, I certainly wouldn't think it's the town's fault. So
You have to speak up a little bit here, and I can barely hear you.
sorry. My fear is we're gonna get sued over the condition of the building and somebody getting hurt when they break into it. It's happening pretty frequently. While I don't believe it's the town's problem, like from a personal perspective, I believe from a legal perspective, it could be if the town doesn't take action on it. I know there was some discussion about the incinerator smokestack. I think the issues with this building go far beyond that from a layman's perspective. What I saw in there, there's still rotting food in the building. They are horrifying. So it would not surprise me if there are some considerable structural issues. These things are expensive, I'm aware of that, but something's going to have to be done with that dump. We don't have an ownership agent that is in an actual existence. I don't know if the building's mortgaged or not. It just comes back to RBM Incorporated, which comes back to the PO box at the town hall, which doesn't exist. So I've sent a couple certified letters, and they always bounce back to not this address. So we clearly are going to get stuck with it in some form or fashion. I only bring this up because I see it continuing to be an issue in the winter as the days grow shorter and the kids are left to their own devices after dark. So. Is there anything from?
We have had a couple of,
I think you had some inquiries on it.
sewer requests
Yeah.
on it, and people wanted to like buy it right now, like that day. They wanted to buy it that day and wanted to come here and pay all the $11,000 fees and stuff that they owe. And, you know, like, well, we have to pay there's no way, you know, you go pay the county and then
I was gonna say, do we have back taxes on it? Do we know?
I think there is back tax, but that is not for us.
No, I understand, but I'm just curious.
We have a sewer lien and we
I'm
have.
curious how there's not a financial institution that's wanting to.
But two different times we've had that same issue happen in the mortgage or the company that does the title searches and whatever they are. the
Yeah.
realtors, They asked us for a sewer request and wanted to come here and pay all the liens and stuff. And I'm like, we need to pay this.
So I just want to put that on your radar. I may shoot Patrick an email, maybe the building inspector as well. The door did secure when we left. I was like, well, what are the locks? And then the lock, I'm like, well, crap, I can't get back. But, you know, had it been, next time I find it open, I'll call you and you can take a look at the flooring conditions. So, all right.
Thank you. Joe?
Good evening. We just kind of go real quickly through my report here. We had 17 calls for service this month. Out of those 17 calls, there were 14 EMS calls, 1 fire call, which was out of district, and 2 motor vehicle crashes that were out on 74. Of those 17 runs, we had 4 of those that we had 0 responders to, so nobody responded to the call. Just on that note, that's for the month. We have done our training for the month as compliant with our ISO requirement. We had a total of 27 hours of training time. That's man hours, not the time that we actually spent. But on that note of ISO, we've had our first email and our first check-in date, which will be September 23rd of 2025 here with John. I spoke with him quite a few times over the last 2 or 3 weeks on the phone about the process and had several meetings, not only with him and other people on this. He feels like we're really going in a good direction, getting training and starting to develop an action plan, be able to hand to him when he comes here on the 23rd. One noted difference too is that not all the members have to attend, we just have to have training available to them. As I would know, that he has made sure that that's kind of what we need to do. And also on that note, we've had no reportability fires in our district this month, so we've essentially checked off those first 2 items off the ISO list to move forward in this progression process. We also recruited 4 new members this month, bringing back some more members. While we were down at the fish fry this month, I did hand out 2 applications to 2 firefighters that were already certified. I haven't received those back yet, but we are hopeful that they will turn those in. Our roster is currently at 18 now. I've also started doing some research, hopefully by next month, and have you some information on some computer programs that we're wanting to use and help track some of this ISO data and stuff like that to be able to produce good data for you guys. Like I said, I've also started developing an action plan. And we'll continue to give you guys those weekly logs, those kind of on Sunday night for me. So you guys can see what's going on, kind of keep me up to date with what's going on in the fire department and what I'm doing also. So other than that, you guys have any questions for me?
Not me.
What computer programs do you already have? What do they do? What's up with ESO?
ESO is what we have to use currently, is what we're currently using, which I believe, and I'm still trying to dig through all this mess that was down there, making sure that that's actually getting logged to the state. There was another program that we're using, I'm not even quite for sure what it is. It was the free program to the state of fire marshal's office.
Aaron, is that what you're using?
We use a different system called RMS,
What is it called?
Caliber Public Safety RMS.
I don't know.
I'm not for sure if they have a program from the fire side of that or not.
That's that.
There was
Exactly.
another program that you guys are running. I am responding.
I am responding, so that is just a program to where all the firefighters, we can mark in route or get our runs to our phones. Basically, it's a
Oh, okay.
backup system to dispatch. I'm currently looking at another one, another program that will take over for that and do all this other stuff too. So we only have one program to go to versus paying several different vendors to do the things we want to. The biggest thing part of this is probably stepping up and start doing an actual inspection program here and being able to do some pre-planning and walk through stuff, work with the building inspector or stuff like that, trying to make sure that everything's up to code and make sure we have all that data collection when he comes to come in here, he can see that we're doing those things. So, and over the next month or so, I'm going to be trying to get ladder testing, hose testing, and we have some of the pump testing stuff done already on the truck. So I do have that stuff already ready for him. The biggest thing I want to talk with John there was I just told him that I'm trying to get ahead of the game, that we're working on the first two problems, but when he comes in here, I want to be able to hand him. He doesn't have to ask for things. I'm handing him things that are already done and getting done. A lot of it is just a lot of paperwork. I've got to create some policies and procedures, SOGs and stuff like that. But those are pretty simplistic things. I sat down with the guys from the Zionsville Fire Department, their ISO officers over there that take care of all these data and analytics and stuff like that. And they've kind of helped me understand what was going on there and started working, like I said, on an action plan. Part of that action plan is getting this computer program in here so we have one source of data we can go to. Just like today when I was trying to pull runs, I had to go through emails and computer programs and paperwork. And it took me almost 3.5 hours to where I could literally probably pull this report up within 20 minutes and have a printed out report. You'll be able to see how many people were on a run, how long it took us to get out the door, how long it took us to get to the scene, when certain things were happening and what for us. We'll have a lot more data for us to make better educated choices off of what we need to do with the fire department. So.
Are you keeping paper reports as well as?
We are currently, yes, we are doing both along with the electronic version. The ESO just went online, it looks like in April. So we're still doing paper reporting. There's holes in that system though, because if they don't fill it out, it doesn't get filled out. I'm trying to find where the gaps are, trying to get them closed up so accurate. I have accurate data for you, just basically to make sure that we're tracking everything 100%. Because like I said, there are 4 runs here that nobody showed up on. So I don't have any way to track that paperwork wise because nobody's there to do the paperwork. But I do have a way to be able to kind of go through and get the CAD report from the dispatch area where they send it out each time. Discussing with Zach and Nate Davis about doing some different things with that and being able to have that, so we're ensure that we're giving good data for you guys to show you what's going on, who's responding, and how long it's taking us to get there, how many people are there. And probably over the next couple of months, you'll start getting reports, and not report, I'll put in there, how many responders we had on each run. So we can start tracking that, because I know that's probably a big critical data point that you guys want to know. You want to know how many responders we're averaging for the run.
Are you getting good attitudes like we want to
Yes.
improve?
Yes, there's a little bit of, still a little bit of sourness, but We're gonna work through that, and, we have our monthly meeting tomorrow, and, we're just gonna sit down and we're gonna kind of close the doors, and we're gonna say our piece, I think, to one another, and just, I'm gonna let them guys vent on each other, vent on me and everybody, and we're gonna try to put that to rest, and we're gonna move forward. Here. Building and planning.
Good evening, council. For the reporting month of July, we've got 2 permits right now that are pending. One is Knockout Customs, where we are still waiting on the architect or engineer to provide us the amendments that we've required. And then we've got a demo permit as well, 23 West Mill Street. We've issued 1 accessory structure permit, 603 West Main Street, and then we performed 3 inspections for the month of July.
Okay, so I don't think we issued this permit yet. Drury one.
Which one?
That isn't actually, that is in August. The Drury permit.
Oh, Dury, sorry, the accessory structure?
Yeah. We just did that.
You just, what do you mean you just did it?
In
You just
August.
got it? Oh, you just did it this month?
Yeah.
All
So
right.
this is July's reporting.
Well, guys, we'll take that one off, put it on for August then. Simple as that. We've already got one for August then.
That Knockout Customs, I know it's been waiting quite a while, how much more they got to go?
Man, we're waiting for them to give us,
With them?
yes. Yeah, we have given them, their engineer and architect, the changes that we are requiring that they need to make per code, and we have not received those back yet. As soon as we get those back and everything is good, we're ready to release the permit. So the ball's in their court right now. And you guys don't pay us to go chase after them. Any questions?
Did you watch that seminar today by any chance?
No. I looked for it, I didn't even have it. I should have asked you for the link of it.
You had to sign up through AIM to get through the link, I
He
believe.
wouldn't have been able to sign up. He would not have been able to sign up. Unless you sent him the link. But I don't know if even that.
Is it something I can go back on and look at?
Anyways, we need to figure out with building inspector and attorney exactly where the town is standing with the unsafe buildings. Make sure that our ordinances are in line. I talked to Patrick about this a little bit before the meeting. And come up with a written game plan on how we are going to approach these 2 or 3 different properties. And like I said, the council has to make sure that if you start this ball, we have to finish it because we started it before and backed out of it because it starts getting expensive. But it is going to be expensive.
Patrick, I'll get my unsafe building work together on the post office and get that to you, so you can get your eyes on it. And then we'll start with the old, grocery store, what market, we'll start working on that one as well.
Yeah, it's probably worth having a chat the next week or so.
Absolutely. Which one? Now, here's the issue with the Board of Health. They have an unsafe building ordinance, but it's only for residential. They don't have one for commercial. Because I tried getting them involved with the post office, and Casey with the Board of Health said we only do residential. We don't have anything for commercial.
But that's not to say we can't still use, you know, the post office has vermin going in and out of it, and so on and so forth. So we can still use it, we just can't use an abatement from the Boone County Health Department.
Well, I wonder
I thought with
though,
the
since
food,
it's a
they've already
grocery
condemned it.
store,
Food, because the
They would
sheriff
have
had
a
to
health-
break in originally, right?
department,
Because.
No, the lady let us in.
Every time.
I mean, I'm like a
She
post
let us in.
office, I'm just wondering.
Right, but nobody's going in there buying food. If it was still open and people were going in and out buying food, then you're gonna have an
Can you
issue.
say the people breaking in are going in for food?
Well, they're,
Well, they are, it's disgusting, but they are.
Exactly.
With all the, also in the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah.
All are dying, don't worry.
Last time I was in there, you had to hold your breath.
But I just want to make sure that the planning, the buildings, Patrick and the council is in line and has all our i's dotted and our t's crossed.
moving forward with the town's best interest.
The lady that put the class on today, she was an attorney, so it was, kind of got both sides of it.
You will receive a link to that, or a actual video that you can watch, and you can send it, you can share.
I was told not to share it,
Who said that?
the email, specifically in giant letters at the bottom, do not share this link.
Teach my kids to share.
Are you guys getting along with the new, permit software, okay?
So far, so good. I mean, I'm just going in there, looking at it as we, you know,
Right,
just,
and are you finding it easy with the, like, anything, I mean, I don't know if you have to put in any building codes or anything. you know,
I have not
added-
used it, I have not used it yet to do that.
Okay, I just wondered if they were good and everything was good and everything problems at all, just let me know.
Definitely. I'm anxious to start using it.
Yeah, I mean, we're, so it's on our website, so when people go to our website to get an application, they don't have to fill it out or download it, whatever, it goes to the website and they can start, I mean, we've already had our first two, I believe,
Applications?
yeah, done.
One of them's that demo, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
We have our last training on Thursday, I think.
Anything else?
No, sir.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Ryan?
So our fish fry went pretty well. There was some suggestions made, very good suggestions. There was a lot of new that went on this weekend, so new for a lot of people, but we had a lot of volunteers. Probably more than I ever remember, but if it wasn't for volunteers, we wouldn't be successful, period, you know? So the initial number, we don't have the ironclad numbers yet, but we will have those by the next meeting. But just the initial kind of the guesstimate numbers, they're up just a little bit. But most of the people like the room. Some like it here, you know, uptown here, obviously for convenience and tradition, and that's great too. So we're still weighing that out. But as far as the vendors and stuff being there and people involved, it was for the most part a big review. So.
And the wonderful weather didn't help.
I did make mention, and with agreeing a lot of people, is I don't ever remember participating or even visiting a fish fry under 80-some degrees. Usually it's scorching hot, so we were blessed with good weather on this one. So other than that, we're moving, you know, other than getting the final numbers for you guys, we're moving on to the next event.
Can I ask Joe a question?
Sure.
Joe, how did you feel about having it there? Was it
It was absolutely spectacular. I believe they had all the room they needed to. I had a lot of people walk up to me, comment on how nice it was to have an area for the kids to go play, and they felt safe. Because it was far enough back off the roadway for them to be able to hang out. I think everybody enjoyed the building. They enjoyed being able to have their workspace and be able to do everything they needed to. I was excited that it went over really well, that I've talked with Brian, I'm like, this is something we can do every year. We can utilize our building to a lot more potential. I've also talked with the farmer market about maybe having a year-round farmers market down there. We come down and pull out the trucks and let everybody in the community come in and out of the fire station a little bit and utilize it to the best advantage. It's a very nice building. I think the people of Jamestown enjoy coming down there to a lot of different things.
The convenience was okay for you?
The convenience was wonderful. The parking and everything was
You
easy.
guys had a call. Oh, it's going.
We had a call about what happened, and we went on a call, and the fish fry went on, and so.
Never even knew you were gone, actually.
We snuck out and snuck back in on it, so. It worked out well.
There was some individuals that we spoke with too, and kind of the point of the nostalgic view is, used to the fire department did have a lot, were heavily involved in every single event that we had in town. And maybe this is something they enjoyed seeing, because it's like, hey, even though we're in a different spot, we're getting, fire department back, it feels like back into the events again. So, and like Joe said, this is going to be good for everybody. So not every event out there, but there's plenty of room for this particular event out there, and we'll keep you guys posted. It's still in talks.
You think you missed out on not having the walking traffic?
Some. So we are, and that was a problem, that there was a lot of suggestions, and that was one that had come up. And we think we may have a solution for that. We'll have to, work that out with you guys too, on a shuttle service. Some sort of shuttling, some sort of service where essentially stationed downtown and run people back and forth if they so need it. That's just a talk, is all that is right now. So that was a suggestion that we had heard. There was a lot of suggestions, some complaints, obviously, but they're all welcome. Helps us make it better. So. And thanks again for everybody volunteering. Every one of you guys is a big help. And without you volunteering,
I'm
obviously.
already contemplating buying my own cotton candy maker.
Well, I would like to say something there. It was quite a, how would you call it? It was an ordeal getting that machine going to begin with and ready for this festivities. Let's just say that we were very nervous.
Oh, it was a good time.
Yeah, so, but we're glad everybody enjoyed it, and we enjoyed it too. So, any questions?
Cool. My 9-year-old said it was the best day ever.
Yeah, so. Go ahead.
RDC?
The lighting and sidewalk project is progressing nicely finally. Mike Roberts with Tecton has overseen the project and working with the contractors and has made it much more efficient than what we ever imagined it could be, especially based on what we were dealing with to start with. As Josh mentioned, our 11 new light poles are installed and functioning. Work is continuing on the sidewalks and hopefully will be completed by August 14th. 13th or 14th is what Mike told me. I know there have been some comments about the sidewalks and the angles of some of them. We had to do our best to make it as ADA compliant as we could. And with the height of the curbs, it just really limits. So there is some slope on some of them. but to get our federal funding and match that we're getting with it, we did what we had to do. Because of restrictions with the TIF money for the RDC, we could only do a certain area of downtown, basically our business district. So while we would all love to have sidewalks all the way through town from one end to the other, it's, first of all, it's out of our budget. Second of all, it's so many private individuals that you'd have to get approval from, it's just not feasible. This is probably our last big project for a while, although we do still have outstanding commitments for sewer, for the new building downtown. Other than that, we're going to press pause. We need to build our cash balance back up because we know that there are other needs the town's going to need some help with. Infrastructure coming along, and we just want to be receptive and be diligent with the money that we do get and not waste it. So our next meeting is Thursday, August 14th at 6:30. The public is always welcome, and if you have suggestions, let us know. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Susie brought that picture up here, and that was.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
What the lights look, but like, I don't know if that's got a date on it or.
No, it was a while
Yeah, but she just wanted us to bring that up at the council meeting to show how these new lights work so much like fifties.
By the Thomas, it looks like 50, maybe 40. There's a couple of large ones in the light up.
Yeah, so we gotta return that back to the society, she did want to bring that.
That's pretty cool. Evening. Let's see, so at the last meeting, we talked about different steps that we're gonna be taking over the next 2 months to gear up for the Cider Festival. I don't want to bore you too much with the list of stuff, but we're on top of it, with working on advertisement and getting just all the little boxes checked as we get closer. We have a weed wrangle in October, just a reminder about that, anybody that wants to get involved in that. We're also going to be planning in November, maybe a December, weed wrangle, depending on how the weather was. If you remember last year, we actually did get away with it in December, because it's coming down the pipeline, and we're gonna get 500 more trees for next spring. So we're gonna basically block off an area that we think we can attempt to clear out, just like we did this last year, so that in the spring, we can put some more trees out there and get rid of all the invasives. Speaking of invasives, if you guys can recall the pathway that is to the right of the Butterfly Garden at Nature Park, the tall grass, and it has lilies behind it. The species of grass in front and the lilies behind it are invasive. They're not enforced. In other words, some invasives are enforced to where you have to pull them when you see them, and others you can just control them and not let them propagate anywhere. We'd like to, we're discussing on how and what we're going to use, me and Pete did, about getting rid of all of that and redoing it over with natural from Indiana type flowers and scenario there, and get rid of it's a Chinese silver grass and a Chinese water lily.
Are you in the Butterfly Garden or are you in the?
I'm to the immediate
Rain
right.
garden.
I'm into the immediate right of the path that leads up to the structure.
Oh, path to the
Yeah, the path,
shelter
leads,
house.
yeah, the path that leads up to the shelter house. There's two big patches of grass right there. On
That's
the
invasive grass.
That is, it's Chinese silverleaf
We'll be
grass.
bringing none of that home.
I wouldn't.
And the lilies behind it.
haven't thought about it.
And the lilies behind it are also invasive. They're not as pretty as they are, but they are. So we're looking to redo that. Pete was talking about donating some plants, and we'll, obviously me and Pete will donate the sweat to get that done when that happens. The current tree scenario, me and Pam did a detailed walk, as detailed as we could because it is thick back there. We're guessing maybe less than 10% of loss. There is one
particular path that we go and check out all the time where it's gotta be a deer path. Cause it's the same tree tubes that get knocked over every stinking, and there's none other over here, none over here, it's just down this one way. So we're gonna lose some through there, but other than that, a lot of the tubes are off. A lot more tubes are gonna be coming off next month. Me and Joe are gonna be out there. Pam might join us and start taking the rest of them off, letting them do their thing. The patch, the seed patch that we did up there, it's starting to work. You can start to see the ryegrass come through the cover crop. So by next year, we should really see what took. And if it turns out to be a success, we're gonna continue with that woodland seed mix and bring back smaller natural trees and shrubbery to the nature park. Farmers market's doing great. Everybody had great success during the fish fry. Thank you for letting us join. They're looking forward to it every year now. I mean, sometimes talked about it earlier this year in the market. And also coming up, the Cider Fest will be a part of it too. The other thing that we talked about is doing something with the old gazebo site, actually in the park. Currently, right now, there's a concrete pad with support stanchions from the old gazebo sticking out of it. And we need to do something with it, whether that's put something in its place, which we're kicking around ideas, or removing the concrete and returning it back to the woods. But it's kind of an eyesore when you walk by it. We need to do something with it since the gazebo's gone. So we're in the process of talking about that. Myself and Pam planted 15 bolt cypresses throughout the park, mostly along the waterway, because that's just their habitat that they like. Some of them are around the bridges. If they mature right, it'll be a pretty nice sight to see in about 20 years. And the last thing that we talked about briefly was the door for the Cider Festival and or other stuff coming up, and Lori has the helm on that with Patrick. So I'm just gonna sit back and wait till that gets all sorted out. Other than that, I don't have anything else. We're still missing one member. Our next meeting is August 26th at 6 o'clock here in the building. Do you have anything for me?
I would like to ask the council permission to remove that grass and lilies.
I'm fine with it.
Other me?
You guys were.
And people like that, I'll give it to Pete.
Plans for anything in the downtown park with the weeds? I mean, there's stuff, I know we didn't talk about it.
No, the downtown part right now, I really don't want to walk by because I drove by it. They had the fence uninstalled.
Yeah, we did that, yeah.
So, yeah, the black iron fence up front was leaning up against the tree. So I don't know what the concrete guys are doing or any of that. I just didn't want to stop and be mad, so I went home. As far as the weeds and all that stuff.
Does that, the flowers and stuff,
Yeah, they may have some. Yeah, I plan on going up there in the morning or on the way home now, seeing what it looks.
I told them yesterday that whatever was smoking through the fence and laying on the existing sidewalk, cut whatever they had to, because they didn't want to lay it in the new concrete.
Yeah, that's fine. Root system's there, everything's on the other side, so I mean, they're not gonna.
Isn't there a small hole in the bank too? You notice that?
I haven't noticed. Like I said, I haven't been out there.
Yeah, well, it's. Stuff up there, but it's under the foundation thing, just a little one, but it's, doesn't seem very safe. Like it might have to bank.
I'll go walk around up there.
So the concrete guys have dug a hole at the foundation of the bank? Like in the yard or up against the building of the bank?
Yes.
Did it just start today or is this previous?
That's
Because
the only, this first one I've seen it.
it was today.
They're prepping for the sidewalk.
I'll make a point to go up there
They were
today.
They were digging.
The south side of the sidewalks are all done.
Oh, I was talking about the park side of it.
Yeah, I was thinking the old, like, the library building is what he was thinking.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, the bank, like,
It may not be anything at all, but
it's, on my way home, I'll go up there. I'll-
You are talking about the library.
yeah.
Okay, the old.
Some crazy.
That's where she was. but I
It
knew
used to
where
be
you
the
were.
bank.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Where she-
Talking about the
Used to be
library.
the bank. Okay.
I was just trying to get at, was it the part that the state did, or is it part the guys just did?
She just said, which bank?
That's okay, Cookie, it's still the bank to me.
That's what I was thinking, it's still
Let me
bank.
know when you open an account there and withdraw some money.
I'm gonna hang out with the safe in there.
Okay,
There's 3 alarms.
we're still looking for one appointment to the park board. RDC meets August 14th at 6:30. Park board meets August 26th at 6 PM. The plan commission meets Thursday, August 7th at 6:30. There is no BCA meeting this month of August. Public request to speak.
I have a question.
Okay, Cookie?
Hopefully this will be.
Yes, very well.
Who is responsible for cleaning out the creek bed along Lowry and Ross Road and 70 right there? Is that the town or is it somebody else? Because somebody is doing a lot of nice work.
That is the town. We recently found out that we own all the way to the backside of the creek, so we went in there, took out all the honeysuckle that was growing along there.
Well, let's.
And then it was also preemptive to that being the town's, local traffic route when they take out, they start working on the
Well, I
bridge.
wondered if that was part of.
So that way people could see down the road real easy if there was traffic.
Yeah.
Did you pull the
That's
numbers?
really nice. Thank
Thank
you.
you. By its roots.
No, they could, that honeysuckle was every bit of 6 to 8 inches round.
Did you spray?
I had Jones go in there and cut it all down that week.
Did you spray?
That will
You
come
need to
back
spray.
tenfold.
That's the issue, is I don't know what to spray with, that's you guys. Only thing I was worried about was getting it down for public safety.
Glassify, which is the main ingredient.
It
in
has to
Roundup.
it has to be sprayed immediately after cutting.
You can't,
I can't spray it. You guys can, I can't.
When was it cut?
It's been about 2 weeks now, but the problem is, I can't spray it because I'm not
It will hurt
licensed.
where they are, unless you look.
Volunteers are in, I'm a paid employee.
I'll get with you. I'll get it. I'll get down there.
Anything else?
Yeah, maybe more than 10 days.
I wanted to,
Recut.
I talked to John Waymeyer of the Lions Club, and on September 15th at 7:30 in the Historical Society meeting room, we're going to have a community fraud talk. And it says, join us for an informative session on how to recognize, avoid, and report fraud and scams. We'll share real world tips and answer your questions and help you stay one step ahead of scammers. And I thought that would be particularly interesting. It's happening more and more and more. So.
What time is that?
What time? 7:30,
Thank you.
September 15th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I just want to say, one thing if I can. Thank you guys for everything you do. I know my life has been out of control for 10 months. Also, thanks. I'm crazier nuts than I ever thought it would be. The hardest thing I've ever done. But I also want to say, whoever did your concrete work, their communications and their work was exceptional. Because they were so good about coming down to let us know, we'll be here on this day, this is what we're going to do, and then we'll be back 3 days later, and this is what we'll complete. They were very nice to us and the floors even said the same thing. And they communicated very well with us, and we do appreciate that. Because it's hard to keep a business open when things like that are going on, and you don't know how to tell people this is what's coming next. And they were very good about that. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Daniel and Omar have been, from my experience personally and with Mike almost daily, have been a pleasure to work around and work with. Daniel is the boss, and he was gone Friday. And Omar had his guys sweep the entire downtown, get it all cleaned up, and had all the cones back and put tape around the library. I think they went above and beyond themselves. I think they did an awesome job.
Well, my husband did Florida Place Concrete for 25 years for Hagerman. And I asked him about the slope and all this other stuff. He said they had to do that. And he goes, actually, this is really good work. I obviously listen to what my husband says, but I can take his word on it. He's like,
Is there anything else? Debbie?
I move we adjourn this meeting.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned at 8:18.
okay.